Today we talk about the game Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. We're going to talk about Ruben Amorim, what he said in the press conference. This is your United uncle. Just give me a bit of your time. Amorim had a press conference after the Europa game and he had a lot to say. As always, he's asked about Gnacho. As always, he's asked about Rashford. Majority of the questions will be for Rashford, but he brushed them aside. He just said nothing has changed. If Rashford doesn't want to change, him also, he won't change. If Rashford wants to work hard, him also, he will accommodate Rashford in the team. When he was asked about Gnacho, you remember there was one time Gnacho and Rashford, all of them were not in the team. All of them, they were left out of the team. I think it was the game for Man City, if I'm not mistaken. Man City versus Manchester United. All of them, they were not in the match squad. But surprise, surprise, Rashford decided to do an interview to say he's ready for a new challenge. I'm sure Rashford believed that he's a star boy. A lot of teams, they want him. A lot of teams, they will run for his signature. But the transfer window is almost finished. He is still at Manchester. There's a rumor that he might go. I'll do a separate video about the transfers. But he said Gnacho understood what I wanted from him. Gnacho understood that this is not a personal thing. It's not about him. It's about what the coach wants. It's about the system of play he expects from his attacking players. So Gnacho took it in. He changed his game. He's working hard. We've even seen the activities on the social media. He's deleted his accounts. He's no longer that active. So he took it well and he decided to work hard. Now he's back in the team. But Rashford decided to go and do an interview. We see by now Rashford is not yet in the team. I don't know. Wish him the best in whatever he does, in whatever he wants to do with his time. Amorim also said, if the players are happy, they play well. You could see that Gnacho and Mainoo, they're playing happy, they're playing smiling. He said, if they're happy, the team does well. He also said that Manchester United have got a duty to improve their academy players. If the players are good, some they will come to play in the senior team, and some also they will sell them. As you know, that to sell an academy player is just pure profit. It's just money in the bank. So it's not like that's the duty for Manchester United to sell. But you remember there is the rules about finances and which was introduced in England, which is forcing teams to sell their academy players, even if they don't want, because academy players come with a profit. So he also said it's our duty to develop the players and to move them on. That's why there was a rumor that Mainoo might go, Gnacho might go, but as I think, if there's not anything which has developed today or Sunday, I don't think Gnacho will go anywhere. That's how I see it. He is here, but we need to beef up our attack. I'm going to do a separate videos about the transfers, about the rumors, and about the confirmed people. He also said he is happy to build a team around Gnacho and Mainoo, since they are players which came from the academy. He is very happy to build a team around them. He was asked also about Malaysia. What do you think about Tero Malaysia? He said Tero Malaysia is a problem because it's been long since he was injured. It's almost 2 seasons since he was injured. So it's very difficult for him to go back to the Tero Malaysia we know, to go back to that player who was fast when he came, because he's carrying an injury. He had a long-term injury, so it takes time for him to go. So I think, in other words, what Ruben Amorim is saying, you prefer maybe Malaysia to go somewhere to play on loan to build his fitness, not to be in the hitting line, in the firing line of Manchester United. And he also said Malaysia is comfortable in like a back four. When he's a left back, he doesn't need to attack a lot. When in front of you, you've got a left winger. So now in Amorim's system, you have to play the whole line. So if you are someone who's coming from an injury, it's very difficult because we need athletes, we need people who are running, who are active. Him is used to be more defensive, and we've seen that Malaysia uses left, but he's not a very good cross of the ball. So that's what Amorim was saying, that a person like Malaysia, he suits a back four, not a back three, where he plays our traditional number 3, where you are the defending player on the left-hand side. But on Amorim's system, you are a left back, a left winger in one. So you need to be at the defense, you need to go in front. When the team is attacking, you attack as a 5. When the team is defending, you're also defending. That's what Amorim was saying. He's happy with how the team is playing, but he wants the team to continue pushing. And I think that's it on Amorim. He was not asked a lot because the press conference, it was after the Europa game. So just a small clip of what he said about tomorrow's game. Then talking points. I did some talking points about the game between Manchester United and Crystal Palace at Old Trafford. Point number 1, I heard the importance of the game, the importance of the match. This is a very important game because we need to build momentum. We need to win. We need 3 points. As you see that Manchester United is on 29 points and number 10 is on 34 points. So which is 5 points difference. Even if we win, we're not going to be in the top 10. But if we win and Brentford don't win tomorrow, it means we can be on position 11. So we need to win. And the other issue again, if we don't win the match, Crystal Palace is 2 points behind us. It's on 27 points. If we don't win and Crystal Palace wins, it means Crystal Palace will go on 30 points, us on 21. And also, there are teams like West Ham, which are behind us also. If West Ham wins again, they'll overtake us. So there's a very difficult chance that if these teams behind us win and we don't win, it means by end of the day or end of the weekend, we might be on position 15 or 14, of which I would prefer we're on position 11. That is the importance of the game. We need to win that game if we want to be in the top 10 by end of the season, or if we're going to challenge for those top 6 positions. But for me, I think we are not going to challenge for those top 6 positions. We need just to maintain top 10 and win the Europa or FA Cup. We'll come into the cups by backdoor, is what people say. My key players, that's the second point. My key players for tomorrow's match, I expect Bruno to play a critical role. As you know, when Bruno is happy, Bruno is ticking and is doing his things, all the team, he brings everyone to the party. If Bruno plays well, it means the whole team plays well. So to me, he's a key player for tomorrow's game. Another key player, Ahmad, want him to do what he's done. He's scored 6 goals in the Premier League and 6 assists. Want him to continue that. I expect him to do a wonderful job. This is another key player on tomorrow's game. The other key player, which I think, Mainoo. You saw Mainoo, he played on a 10, on an attacking role. I believe Mainoo is going to do a wonderful job, provided he plays in the number 10 role, in a more attacking position, and they put Bruno in the defensive, maybe Bruno to partner Ugarte or Collier, one of them. So those 3 players, Ahmad, Bruno, Gnacho, those are the players which I believe and I think they're going to assist us in tomorrow's game. Tactical approach, that's my point number 3. We know Amorim is going to use the same back 3, but tomorrow it might be more attacking. It might be more attacking, not defensive, because we're at home. So we prefer to play more attacking. We believe we're going to try to maintain the ball. We need to have more of the ball than us marking. We're going to see a bit of passing. I don't know if we're going to change. Since we're playing a lot of side passing and slow and our pace is slow, I believe even tomorrow in the first half it will be the same. Roughly the same approach which we played in the Europa game in the first half. Then when it's second half, we introduce a bit of pace. We introduce Gnacho, a bit of pace to speed up the game. That's how I expect. The coach will aim to have a clean sheet. So by doing so, our slow build up, our slow pace, our make sure game which we are using in the Europa game is the one which I believe is going to be used again in this Crystal Palace game. But otherwise, I believe we're going to win. For my predicted lineup, which I think is going to be used by Amorim tomorrow, in goal, obviously, is going to bring in Onana as the goalkeeper. The back three is Martinez, Delight, and Maguire. Those are going to be the back three for tomorrow. The wing backs, the normal wing backs, which we have, Mazarawi and Dalot. Then the defensive midfielders, I expect Bruno and Ugarte. That's what I think. Bruno and Ugarte. Then the attacking midfield players, it will be Ahmad and Mainoo. Then the striking player, it will be Seski. But I wanted to try Gnacho in that central row. I don't know. It's only I'm not a coach. There's nothing I can do. But I wanted to try Gnacho to see what happens if he's playing in the attacking row on that number 9. So that's my lineup. Onana, Martinez, Maguire, Delete. Mazarawi, Dalot, Bruno, Ugarte, Ahmad, Mainoo, and Sex. That's the first 11, which I think is going to play tomorrow. Then point number 4 about tomorrow's game. The Crystal Palace strength and weaknesses. Crystal Palace strength is their flair players. They've got the Eze. And they bought another player who's got roughly the same name as Eze. They say he's someone who can make people stand up when they are watching him. He's a very good guy. Crystal Palace is known to be having those flair players. And also Mateta. Mateta is a player full of confidence. Since what he did when he played for France in those under 23 games in the Olympics, he scored a lot of games. Since that time, Mateta has been scoring the goals. And he's a player, he's a French national. You know, French people, they will never disappoint you. They play very well. So even their defense is very good. And also another strength is their keeper, Dean Henderson. You remember, Dean Henderson is our former player. He's a Manchester United academy player. I believe he's got a bone to chew against us. It won't be easy to score against Dean Henderson. Those are the strength of Crystal Palace. The other strength of Crystal Palace, they've got the best defensive record in away games, which is they have conceded 11 goals. Crystal Palace have conceded 11 goals. The second team in away games is Liverpool. So it shows a lot. They don't concede on the road. And also another advantage of Crystal Palace, they've lost only 3 away games, which is also their strength. So it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game for Manchester United. Their weaknesses is roughly the same players also. You know, too much flair players, those who like skillful players, they've got the weaknesses when it's time to mark. They don't usually mark with all their heart because they believe they are very good in attacking. They believe they are very good when going front, so they don't need to do all that donkey work in defense. So even we go to Mateta, he tend to miss a lot of crucial chances. So as much as he's part of on the strength side, he's also one who contributes on the weakness side also. But otherwise, it's going to be a very difficult match. Crystal Palace, the last game when they came to Old Trafford, they won 1-0. And the last match we played against Crystal Palace, it was a 0-0 game. So it's not going to be an easy game for Manchester United. We need all those 3 points. Crystal Palace will be there. They want to be ahead of us. So it's not going to be an easy game. Point number 5 is the pressure on the squad and the manager. It's going to be big pressure. We've seen that when we're playing at Old Trafford, we succumb to a lot of pressure. We don't play our usual games. We've got a bad record at home. We've got 6 losses at home. First time it has happened. It's a record highest of 6 losses. So Ruben Amorim and the squad, they don't want to be written in the books to say they've lost 7 home games. And the unfortunate part, when we lose with the home margin. We've got a lot of 3-0 Tottenham, 3-0 is it Bournemouth, 3-0 Liverpool. We've got a lot of 3 goals at Old Trafford. So that's the unfortunate part about tomorrow's game, that when Manchester loses, we lose with a big margin. It means it's pressure. We don't handle pressure well. When things are not working on our side, we usually hide in our shells. But tomorrow, I expect the team to do well. We've been in a good momentum. We've got want to make it the first time that we've won 2 consecutive games in the Premier League. Believe it or not, we haven't won 2 straight games in the Premier League this season. And we are on 23 games. Whoever thought that Manchester United is going to be saying those stats? All the players, they need to up their game. All the players which have been interviewed and asked about what do you say about Ruben Amorim's comment that you are the worst Manchester United player. They said, I'm talking of Bruno, I'm talking of Dalot. They said it's difficult to hear the coach talking about that, but it's up to us to improve our record. It's up to us to show people that we're a team to watch, who are good players. And the pressure is also on the squad to show that they are good enough to play for the badge. They are good enough to play for Manchester United. They don't want to be in the where people say these are the worst players which were playing for Manchester United. They don't want to be part of that. They don't want to be written in the wrong books. They prefer to be written in good books of history, that they did well, they did this, they did that. So I expect, even if the coach doesn't do a good tactic or doesn't motivate the players well, I expect the players to play on their own, that tomorrow it's a must win. So guys, tomorrow Manchester United 3, Crystal Palace 1. I don't believe we can maintain a clean sheet in the Premier League for now. So I'll say Manchester United 3, Crystal Palace 1. As you know, Amadi will be involved somehow. Either he's going to be creating the goals, he's going to have an assist, or he's going to have a goal. Ivory Messi. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe. There's a lot of people who are watching my videos. I'm happy, I'm grateful that you are watching my videos. Please just help me in subscribing. And when you watch the videos, please just finish until the end. You miss a lot of information. And for those who started to watch this video, I've done at least 1 video every day. Some days I've done 2 videos. This year only, I started on the 2nd of January. Now it's the 1st, or I don't know, the 2nd of February. Depends when you see this video. I've done a video every day. And I'm going to send a video about the transfers after this. So please, watch my videos, share, like, talk to others. When you're arguing about Manchester, take some of my points. I believe some of my points will help you in the arguments for people who are being fed by the mainstream, people who are being fed the wrong news about the team. Some of my points, if you listen to my points, especially those problems videos, especially that video about preseason and the video about the solutions, try to listen to those videos. You get a lot of points of what I think is wrong about Manchester and what it takes for the team to do well. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna do the transfer video, then tomorrow after the win I'll do another video. United Uncle, peace.